All right, tomorrow's the big day. I leave for WrestleMania 41, so I thought I would just go down the match card and give you my predictions, thoughts, any little things before I leave. So let's get into it, y'all. So, night one, I'm not going to start with the main event. I'm just going to work my way down to up. We got Jade Cargill versus Naomi, and I think this is a win for Naomi. She needs to be established a little more as a heel. I don't think it would really hurt Jade Cargill if she lost, but I could just see Naomi winning. Next up, Rey Mysterio versus El Grande Americano, and I think El Grande Americano is gonna win um, to be established himself. So I already got 2 for 2 on the heels, but I just have a feeling that they're gonna try to establish El Grande Americano. Maybe he gets unmasked and we figure out who it is. Can't be Chad Gable because Chad Gable was sick, so he couldn't wrestle. So that'd be ridiculous. All right, next up for the United States Championship, LA Knight versus Jacob Fatu, and I think LA Knight retains, and they further Jacob Fatu and Solo Sikoa's story going forward, and then they could double back for the championship at Backlash maybe. Um, yeah, LA Knight versus Jacob Fatu hasn't really had a lot of heat personally. I think it's more to further Jacob Fatu's storyline and angles with the bloodline. So I could definitely see LA Knight walking out with the championship there. The World Tag Team Championships, War Raiders versus the New Day. New Day wins. I think New Day just takes it. I don't know why they would put this match over the SmackDown Tag Team Championships because I just feel like there's a lot more meat to the bone on SmackDown when it comes to tag team wrestling than on Raw. So having this match on there was but I definitely see New Day winning. Next up, the women's WWE Women's Championship, Tiffany Stratton versus Charlotte Flair, and I think Tiffany wins. Tiffany needs to get put over by Charlotte Flair. Pretty much the old guard giving the new one, uh, you know, the passing of the torch. But Charlotte Flair will, there's a future I definitely see where Charlotte Flair doesn't put Tiffany over. So Charlotte could win her 16th title. So yeah, World Heavyweight Championship, Gunther versus Jay Uso, and this build has been kind of The best thing about it was Gunther beating up Jimmy, but I definitely see Jay winning. Jay cannot lose for the fourth time to Gunther because that would just be terrible. But does we can have the talk later if he belongs there, if he needs to be there. Um, I definitely see Jey Uso winning. Next up, triple threat: Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, CM Punk, the Paul Heyman soap opera, and I think at the end of it all, Seth Rollins is going to be the beneficiary of Roman and Punk fighting over um, Paul Heyman. Simple as that. So that's night one. And then we got night two. I'll be going to both nights. We got AJ Styles versus Logan Paul. I think AJ Styles wins. I hope AJ Styles wins because I don't want to see Logan Paul win another WrestleMania match. We got the Sin City Street Fight: Damian Priest versus Drew McIntyre, and that one's a little hard to call. But I think with the year that Drew McIntyre had, I think he deserves to win. He deserves to win at WrestleMania, especially after last year. He went crazy last year with Punk and all that. And then the next one, Intercontinental Championship for the Fatal 4-Way, which I don't think there's no wrong losers here. Braun Breaker, Dominic Mysterio, Penta, and Finn Balor. Any one of them could win realistically, and I'd be okay with it. But I think Dom's going to win. The GOAT, Dominic Mysterio, walks out of WrestleMania as an Intercontinental Champion. Next up, for the Women's Tag Team Championship, Liv Morgan and Raquel versus Bayley and Lyra, and I think Liv and Raquel retain. Like I said, Liv is another one that had a big year last year, so I don't see her losing at WrestleMania. She definitely deserves to win and keep those titles and keep rocking. Next up, WWE Women's World Championship, the triple threat: Io Sky, Rhea Ripley, and Bianca Belair. Now, a part of me wants Bianca to win, just because I really like Bianca, so I want her to win. But I think Io Sky is gonna win. Realistically, I think Io Sky walks out of WrestleMania as the WWE Women's World Championship champion. And lastly, Cody Rhodes versus John Cena. Does John Cena go with the 17th title? Does he win it as a heel, or does Cody Rhodes continue to his legacy, his reign? And I think John Cena wins. I don't care what anybody talks about. I don't care what anybody says about John Cena, about being a heel, about winning the title as a heel. I think he wins the title as a heel. And he wins number 17. So quick rundown. Jade Cargill versus Naomi. Naomi wins. Rey Mysterio versus El Grande Americano. El Grande Americano wins. United States Championship. LA Knight versus Jacob Fatu. And LA Knight walks out the United States Champion. World Tag Team Championship. War Raiders versus the New Day. New Day wins. WWE Women's Championship. Tiffany Stratton versus Charlotte Flair. Tiffany. She's going to walk out. World Heavyweight Championship. Gunther versus Jey Uso. Jey Uso wins the World Heavyweight Championship. Triple threat match. Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, CM Punk, the Paul Heyman soap opera. And I think Seth Rollins walks out the winner. Night 2. AJ Styles versus Logan Paul. AJ Styles wins. Sin City Street Fight. Damian Priest versus Drew McIntyre. Drew McIntyre wins. Intercontinental Championship. Fatal 4-Way. No wrong answers here. But I think Dominic's walking out the Intercontinental Champion. Women's Tag Team Championship. Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez versus Bayley and Lyra Valkyria. And Liv and Raquel retain. WWE Women's World Championship. Io Sky versus Rhea Ripley versus Bianca Belair. And I hope Bianca Belair wins, but realistically, I think Io Sky is winning. And then lastly, the match of the weekend. Undisputed WWE Championship. Cody Rhodes versus John Cena. John Cena wins number 17 as a heel. Those are my predictions. I leave tomorrow. I hope everybody has a great day. I hope everybody has a great weekend. I hope everybody enjoys WrestleMania. I will be live. I'll go live while I'm down there. And I hope this is a really great WrestleMania because the build hasn't been too great, but we shall see. Thank you for hanging out with me. Like, comment, subscribe. Thank you for hanging out with your boy. Peace.